Well, I'm out here making a follow-up video on the Coleman Power Still above ground pool. So a lot of you are wondering, number one, about the pump. So the lower end on the pump is placed on with these clamps. Okay, you take the longer hose and you hook it up with a clamp, and the end goes over there. And then you put your flow out there. So that goes on the inside, this goes on the outside, and then you tighten it down. And then you take the higher end, and I've put a short hose on it. However, if you need to use both ports, there's a port here and a port here, and that's why you have this extra hose. It's extra long, and you basically just split it off. So it'll split off from there to there, and then you have two pull-in entries. I don't currently, doesn't look like I currently have. However, this is the plug that goes in if you're only using one port. And while the pool is really not being used right now, I cut it down to one port and I put the plug in on this side. You don't have to have a plug in on that side, but a plug in on that side is important. So, let's see, what else can I... Now, the B and the B, basically, in my instruction books, were they draw water out of the pool. So if you want to have a dual function, you can have a vacuum cleaner on this, you can have a sifter on this, and then you can have your regular pull for the pump on this, and it all pull into your pump. Now, I just changed the filter out on this guy, but how you open this is I always let the air out, and you can maybe hear the air, and then you take this and you turn it counterclockwise, pull it out. There's a gasket in there, and you want to make sure that gasket gets sealed when you pull it off. So this one first, this next, pull the ring off, and then you may have to pull up on this because it has a suction, it has a vacuum on it. Sorry about the motorcycle. And this is what your filter looks like after a real bad dust storm. So I just pulled this out. It's disgusting. This is what it looks like new. Okay, we're back. We had diesel truck and motorcycle, couldn't hear anything. So you pull your vacuum, you twist this way, put it to the side, pull it up. See that gasket right there? Okay, put your filter in there, put your top back on. You'll kind of hear it hiss. You take your top, you twist it back on there, make sure it's tight, and then you close your vacuum. And you usually do that with it on. I don't have electricity running to it at the moment. So I hope I've answered everybody's questions. Again, if you want to know what this is a sifter, and it is it's hooked to the frame here. I know my last video was kind of crazy, so I've got these cool $5 lights. They're basically solar lights, so they're controlled by the light. They turn on at night, shine into the pool. I just put those on. These were $5 for two at Walmart in the garden section, and I put them all the way around the pool, and it lights my pool up at night. The frame, you have these Y's that go off here, and then the number C pole is for the shorter corners. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, so there's 8 total, and that's the letter C. So they go into the corner, and the corner and make up each corner. And when I mean corner is they have corners here, and you just slip them through the liner and hook them in, and these tabs here will pop, as you can see there. So you just take your letter C, pop them into each one. Your Y's get hooked into these poles, the longer poles. I don't know what letter those are, but obviously it's the only one long pole insert. Now I've had this pole for a couple years now, and the tabs do fall off or fall in. So, but they go straight down into the pole, into the, and I'll show you the legs. Now, so that completes our corners. Letter C to the Y. Okay. They're asking about are these long ones that go all the way down the side. Now, in here, they have holes. And you have, and I think it breaks off about right about here. It's two poles that connect together, and those holes have to match up with the holes on the liner. So when you put them in, you want to put them in two at a time and basically match the holes up. And then you have this U-shaped, sorry about the grass, it's overgrown, but the U-shaped pole slips into this sleeve right there, and I'll show you on the other side, it's a little easier. And then they just go up in there. Now, they don't go all the way up in there, they just go in there and click. Okay? And so, and that's, the poles connect right into there. But you can put these in the wrong way, so if you turn these and put them in the wrong way, then the holes won't match up. So before you put them in the sleeve of the pole, you want to match them up, make sure the holes are where they're supposed to go, and then slide one in this way and slide one in this way. Now they do connect, so you can connect them and slide them all the way in. Now you could do that on the first time, but once they get old, once the sun hits this, it's hard to really slip that pole through there anymore. Especially depends on how you put this up. If you do take it down, make sure you take it down, put it in a dry spot. But again, like I said, the legs go on this side of the strap on the bottom, and that holds the tension on the pole. Now this one flipped when I was filling it, but it seems to be okay. This is a makeshift top that I have for the pool, so it's just a tarp that's bungeed to the side of the pool, and then when I want to put the top on the pool, I just run it over the top. It's fairly easy. All right. Okay, so like I said, it's easier to see. This pole slides into the sleeve on the ground, and you pull it out and you stick it up in there, and this is before you fill the pole, so it should be fairly easy. Again, one end goes there, another end goes there, ties in all the way at the bottom. And so again, when you're putting your pole up, you want to, like we did on the video, we just started with one side, and then we just slid in letter C to the Y and did that all the way around. And then when you get to this point of putting these poles in, you don't have any water in the pool, so you have a lot of, you know, flex in the pool. So you just push forward, slide the pole in, and then pull it out. And then when you're filling the pool up, you just want to watch and make sure that all your levels stay the same. So for now, that's the pool. Hopefully I answered all your questions.